The Windows Phone 8 rollout continues in full swing. How's it going, guys? I'm Aaron from PhoneDog.com, and we've taken a look at the HTC 8X and quite a few of the other devices. They're kind of rolling in slowly into the PhoneDog office. Well, I've got another one here for an unboxing. The Nokia Lumia 810 coming November 14th to T-Mobile, and depending on which T-Mobile plan you're on, it'll range from $100 after rebates to $150. Now, specs-wise, it's packing some pretty decent specs, including a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core processor, a 4.3-inch display, an 8-megapixel camera, and of course, some Windows Phone 8 goodness. Let's take a look at the full unboxing, but first, special thanks to our partners at Best Buy Mobile for giving us devices like this for use in our One Paw Bandit giveaway game, which we turn around and give to you at the site at instantwin.phonedog.com. When you walk into Best Buy Mobile, you'll walk out working. They'll help you set up your email, your web, your contacts, your Windows Phone 8 settings, and more. So when you walk out the door, you're good to go at Best Buy Mobile. It's unboxing time. Let's take a look. Does the Lumia 810 have the chops to compete with Android and iOS this holiday season? Let's go take a look. Starting right now. Get your hands on one of these bad boys soon in T-Mobile retail stores. This is the Nokia Lumia 810. It's another Windows Phone 8 device, although I have to say, after working with various Windows Phone 8 devices and working with various Lumia devices, I don't know why, but this morning I've been wanting to call it the Lumia, or the Lumia 810, much like how Medea would say hallelujah in the Medea videos. It's been on my mind all morning. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to share this in video. You guys are probably like, that's entirely too much information here, and just get on to the darn unboxing. And that is what I'm getting ready to do. Here's the Lumia 810 from T-Mobile. It's kind of based on the Lumia 820, one of the Windows Phone 8 devices that is coming out, is actually out in select markets, but it's packing some pretty decent specifications, although arguably Lumia 920 and that series is kind of the high-end Nokia Lumia device now. This is kind of the mid-range Lumia device, but still packing some pretty impressive specs. It's got a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Snapdragon CPU. It's got a 4.3-inch display with 480 by 800 pixels, a 1,800 milliamp hour battery, and you can see in this typical T-Mobile box, actually looks a little bit different from previous T-Mobile boxes, but the Lumia 810 right here, 4.3-inch display here, so I think a sweet spot for a lot of people with a sticker on the front. And then a kind of a boxy look and feel here. You can see these three buttons at the bottom, capacitive buttons. You've got your back, your home button, and your search button. And you can see, of course, the home button is in typical Windows Phone 8 appearance. And then on the back, you've got a camera. You've got 8 gigabytes of internal storage. And then it's 5.11 ounces or 5.11 ounces. And then camera-wise, as you can see on the back, or I should say first, you've got HSPA+, 42 megabits per second capabilities here, and then you've got an 8 megapixel camera on the back, Carl Zeiss lens on this device. So even though it's kind of the mid-range device, if you will, out of the new Windows Phone 8 devices or out of the Lumia devices, you should find this to be a pretty impressive device all around. It supports 1080p HD video recording on the rear camera as well. And then on the side, you got your volume rocker, your power button, your camera shortcut button, and then on the bottom, speakers and a micro USB charging port, and up top, you've got your 3.5mm headphone jack. Let's power this sucker on. T-Mobile Nokia logos right there on the top, and then you got a front-facing camera as well, 1.2 megapixels there. And you've got the T-Mobile logo starting up. So we're going to go ahead and pull this stuff away. Actually, I'll show you what comes out of the box. Typical stuff here. You got a Nokia AC adapter module with the USB port on the side. So, if you're plugging it in like this instead of plugging it into the end, and perhaps if you're putting it behind a piece of furniture, your nightstand, for example, coming out of the side makes it a little bit easier there. And then, of course, your USB cable as well. And it looks like something came in this. Perhaps I don't know what that would be. Perhaps I'm pretty sure, in fact, I'm 99% sure this is a non-removable battery. Nope, I take that back. It is a removable. And then there is the battery with your 1,800 milliamp hour battery right back there. So you can take it off on the Lumia 810. Welcome to your Windows Phone. Let's get started right now and put this back on. So, I like the way this looks. I think, it's funny to me, with working with some of the previous Windows Phone devices, the first one that comes to mind, some of the Samsung devices, I think they made them so small, and to me, small in a lot of cases, at least for a lot of people, small is kind of indicative of mid-range or perhaps low-end when it comes to, and I don't want to say that for everybody because obviously people are going to disagree with me there, but I think the smaller the device, the more you get that feeling of, hey, is this a cheap device or is this a high-end device? Because in today's industry or in today's wireless market, you're getting quite a few devices that are up there in the 4.5 to 4.8 inch range, and so they're obviously meatier devices. Now that said, this thing is a thicker device. It's 5.11 ounces, like I said, and it's 0.44 inches thick, and then still a nice device that fits well in the hand. So I think for a lot of people, because of this being a bigger device, in comparison to like the Lumia 710 on T-Mobile, I think people will find that to be something that's perhaps a little bit better all around. So we're going to sign in. Actually, you know what? We're signing in later. We'll get through this stuff and take a look at what comes out of the gate. But still kind of a boxy look and feel in comparison to the Lumia 710, and it's kind of curved and kind of a different look. This is going for the more industrial look, as I assume. So you can see setting up phone right now. Let's take a look. A few more apps need to finish installing. Take another moment or two. It's taking quite a few moments. Come on, Nokia, let's do this. Dual-core processor working hard in the background. Like I said, the Carl Zeiss camera on the back with a flash. It's setting up. Come on now. Bam, here we go. Started up and ready to go. And you can see a nice pink T-Mobile color, magenta, on the various tiles. So out of the gate, you get some T-Mobile applications here, 411 and more, app highlights, bonus apps. Let's see what else. Caller tunes, Creative Studio, quite a bit of Nokia stuff as well. My Account, Nokia City Lens, Drive Maps, Music, Transit, all of these of which are Nokia applications. Office, of course, out of the gate. Panorama, so you get some camera settings as well. And from a Nokia perspective, you know, Windows Phone devices are very similar across the board, save for overall design. So from a Nokia perspective, it's more of how can we distinguish ourselves with software. Obviously, design is a certain, key element as well. But a lot of it is like, what Nokia is going to include Drive and Maps and Music and Transit. It preserves the Windows Phone 8 experience, but still gives consumers that buy Nokia devices something a little bit different, something they can say, my Lumia 810 has more than your HTC 8S or something of that nature, assuming they are really nerdy first-time adopters. But the store, of course, T-Mobile TV, Transfer My Data, Zynga Games as well, so you get Zynga out of the gate. And of course, you can uninstall most of this stuff. I can go down to T-Mobile TV, for example, and uninstall. And then I have Zynga Games out of the gate, so I can open that up. And if you like the Zynga stuff, I'll show you what comes pre-installed on this device. HSPA plus 42 megabits per second capabilities on this device, like I said, and it's packing a 4.3-inch OLED WVGA clear black display, so really nice colors. Colors are very crisp. And of course, you got Words with Friends and Draw Something out of the gate as well. So finally, those popular games you're used to on iOS and Android coming to Windows Phone, making this platform all the more viable as we go into the holiday season. Let's take a look at the browser as well. 4.3-inch display for a lot of people is going to be perfect. I still think 4.3 to 4.5 is a sweet spot. And if you've watched my videos over the years, you know that I kind of go up in that as the years go on. Well, the screen sizes keep going up, so that's why I'm going up as well. I originally said 4 inches was a nice sweet spot. Now I'm moving up to 4.3 or 4.5. That's where I see it. Now we'll take a look at PhoneDog.com/rankings, for example, and you can see HSPA Plus working relatively well here. Although it looks like I'm in not the greatest. My office looks like it's not in the greatest T-Mobile area, but still pinch to zoom, relatively responsive here. Portrait to landscape transitions, nice and fast. So the one good thing about Windows Phone 8. And this has gotten better over the years with Android, but it was historically a problem with Android devices. Despite getting a device that may be a little bit cheaper, a free device or a $50 device, you're still getting a great Windows Phone 8 experience that for all purposes is really the same as the Lumia 920, where the 920 distinguishes slightly better hardware specs, slightly different design, and of course, like I said, a different design. Outside of that, the software very similar across the board on the Lumia 920 versus the Lumia 820 and the 810 and all the variants of the Lumia devices. So you still get a really nice experience here, and like I've said in previous videos of Windows Phone 8 on the HTC devices, take a look here. You can change around the tiles, make those your own, kind of customize the size of this, move it around, and really make it even more your own than you could before on Windows Phone 7 and 7.5. I can make this smaller, I can make this larger if I want to, bring this down in size, and then of course, depending on how large or how small it is, I can see previews. Messaging, for example, I can make large. And then once it's large, I can see previews of text messages as they roll in. Of course, you have some additional customization choices when it comes to colors as well. But I really want to focus in the last few minutes on our unboxing video on some of the T-Mobile stuff and on some of the Nokia stuff as well. Take a look at City Lens, for example. We'll load this up, and let's see if we can get it started up. There we go. Explore nearby food, hotel, shopping. So we'll take a look at food nearby. Let's explore Dallas. And I'm going to calibrate the compass, and I'm going to try to do this, without messing up on camera here, but let's see what we've got here. So I can move around. It's going to be kind of hard to see here, but you can see some different places across the street. And as I move around, it's kind of hard to do and still show you on camera, but I can still see some different places. Dairy Queen, McDonald's, all this kind of stuff across the street, and kind of in a directional line of sight. We saw this at CES, I believe it was, or CTIA earlier in the year. I can't remember which trade show, but it's really cool because you can see fun stuff, site stuff, transportation, shopping, and more. So I can click on shopping, take a look at the City Lens, and for example, it'll load up and I can see, G-Style Records, House of Stems, whatever the heck that is, Locksmith, Golf Widow, I'm pretty sure it's Golf Window, but whatever, Lucky Star Gifts, and more. So I can kind of take this around and take a look and see what's around me nearby. Cool little Nokia software applications like that really distinguish the Lumia series from some of the other Windows phones. We've kind of covered Drive and Maps. Nokia Music is here as well, out of the gate and available in the US on the Lumia 810. So we're going to allow that. And we'll take a look here. My Music, Mixed Radio, I can listen to unlimited free, try now or download for later, so I can listen to My Music. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. Nothing in there at the moment, but I can come into Mixed Radio, take a look at the store, and let's see here. Yeah, we'll continue with that. We'll take a look at Top Charts. Mixed Radio, let's see what's available. So you've got a lot of different things here. Windows Phone 8, you can tell, is finally getting into the mainstream and finally offering a competitive alternative to iOS and Android. I'm very excited about this coming to market. Keep it locked on PhoneDog.com for continuing coverage on the Nokia Lumia 810 while Ho Hey by the Lumineers plays in the background. Be sure to follow me on Twitter as well, PhoneDog_Aaron, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/PhoneDogAB. Let me know what you think of this device, and let me know what you think of the Lumia series or perhaps Windows Phone 8 as a whole. Let me know on Facebook as well, Facebook.com/PhoneDog, and while you're over there, enter our greatest tech giveaway ever, 2, for a chance to win an awesome smartphone. Keep it locked on the site for more on the Lumia 810, and as always, we'll see you next time.